All right. So welcome everyone to this live session with your host, Brady FX. So as we do every weekdays, we look at the Forex indices and metal markets here. So I'm going to present myself. My name is Andre, call me Brady FX. I'm a visually impaired trader. So I've been trading for the last 12 years. And for the last few years, I taught myself to go. And using the power of AI, I was able to that will help everyone trade overall. So let's get on to the market. I do have my cat in the background here chilling, so say hi to Oria. Don't know my Oria. I think she's sleeping or yeah. All right. So let's get onto it. So let me share my screen, and I will hey Leon. I hope you have a great day. So let's go on the Forex Factory as we do. Starting this session, that's what you need to do every time that you open, before you open any trades or any setup, you need to look to see exactly what happened overall in the market. So I'm just gonna make sure that everything is loaded here. Perfect. Great. All right. So we did had a good London session this morning. So if you weren't there, make sure to go back on the previous live stream that we had here on the June 4th, London. So I had a good explanation here on how to use fibs and how to use the overall indicators here that I have here on my end. And we looked at a few setups here and looking at the Forex Factory details in regards to news. So we had the Spanish PMI that was already out when we were in our live. And afterwards, we have the Italian one. So we're expecting 52.1 forecast. Right now, that's 53.2. That's positive. The French PMI was 47.4. That was the forecast. We're at 48.9. And the German one was supposed to be 40. We're expecting 47.2. We're at 47.1. So that was negative. So the overall, so when you see the Euro one, the final PMI, this is all of the PMI combined for all of the Eurozone countries. And we're at the 49.7 for this month. We were expecting 48.9, so that was positive overall. And after that, we had the non-farm employment change, ADP, H15, and this one was really bad. So 37K compared to the approximately of 111K forecast. So if we go on this one, it says here that actual greater than forecast is good for the currency, but we had a big difference here, and this is what the non-farm employment change is. So it's just the change in the number of employed people in the previous month, excluding the farmers index. So whatever industry, government, right? So everything except the farmers and the government employment. So that was really bad here overall, and that's why if we're going to go on the chart, we're going to see exactly that the indices get a small dip because of that. So we will look here right now. In the rest, we have a few OMC speakers speaking today. And we have the crude oil inventory here at 10:30. So make sure to look at that if you're trading crude oil. And we have the ISM right here at 10. So that will maybe, I think we're going to be on at that time. So we're going to see exactly if the market will still go lower or higher here after that. Right, so that's perfect. So let's go back here. Let's back on the charts and see what we have here in regards to the markets. All right, so make sure that we're able to see myself. Fortunately, the cat is already out. I think she went to eat right now, so it's all good. So what we're looking at here is the dollar. So after that news here, the dollar did start to retrace here big time. See at 8:15, that news shut down the market in downside, right? And it also gapped the market here downside. So that's really that move was really really negative overall. Now we should be expecting a retracement here in the downside. So I think I already did the fib here previously, but I'm going to do it again. So I'll do a fib here from that bottom here, the 15-minute chart, and I'll go to the top. So we have 61.8 here. That is almost in reach. So we'll see exactly if it's going to bounce off of it for the XY. That means that Euro USD and GU are bullish right now. That's exactly what we're seeing here. And that's what we're expecting based off of the fib placement that we did at London. So we have 61. That I have let's redo the fib on that. I think it's okay, perfect. So the fib, you have to put it from that last swing low, the lowest low, to the lowest high, to the highest high. And you have 61.8 right here. So we went towards it and started to bounce. Right? Same thing for GU. Should have a retrace in the upside. That's exactly it. So we did have a buy here. The market is trending in the upside. And we did have, let's see here, at London, we did have a small buy scalp here. And we started after that US news going up. So make sure that when you're taking trades, if there's US news and you're trading US currency pair at London, it may retrace when the news will be out. So be careful of that. So odd USD, same thing. It retraced toward pretty sure a fib here. We didn't put a fib on that. I'm pretty sure it bounced it off of it right here. Started to go up. That's exactly what happened overall. have USD CAD. We're going to look at the USD pairs first, and then we're going to look at the indices afterwards. So USD CAD still pushing down here. We had a sell setup here at on Tuesday, and still going down here. Tuesday Asian, still trending down. So we'll see exactly if it wants to go towards maybe a fib retracement. So let's put a fib here. I'll put it from that high to that low. That goes to the high. And here you have 61.8. So it passed 61.8. So it may go to 70% here retracement, or it could start to go down. So if you see that, you could remove the fib and start your crib here from that previous swing high to that swing low. So you'll do it from the top to the bottom. Oops. Since in the down the opposite way it was going it went past 61.8. So I'm looking to see exactly if it went towards 50% the downside. So it almost went there and started to go down. So with the indication here, and we'll look at the USD tracing right now. We'll look at Euro CAD. So after that Euro news, we are in consolidation. So we did have a sell here with the Wyckoff AI. This is my own indicator here that I created. And let's look at gold. So gold currently is consolidated. So a lot of choppiness here. As you can see, it's indecision with Wyckoff AI. So I don't know exactly what it wants to do for now. But the last signal here was a sell. So be careful about gold specifically. I would maybe wait until the non-NFP pass on Friday and start trading in gold next week. This week is a little bit choppy here overall. And yeah, and now we're going to look at the indices. So we were bullish here on German since Tuesday. And now it's retracing here. So we'll see exactly where it's going to bounce off of a level to start to put our fib. So we're going to trade that retracement to 50% of 61.8 and start to go lower. And US30 here, the Dow, big sharp going down here because of that news here at 8:15. Same thing for NASDAQ, the exact same move. And I'm pretty sure S&P 500 did the same. Yeah, exactly. So those three most likely are trading the same way. So if you were taking a trade on a buy or sell with one of those indices, show you the same direction. All right, so that's perfect. So that's pretty much it here in regards to the market. So right now we're just gonna wait until market open here in about 15 minutes and see exactly based off of the non-farm change results, what the market will do at in 15 minutes here. So the reaction was already done. So we do have a retracement here off of 15. So if it wants to go down, that will be considered as a small fib retracement here off of this move. So I'll put a fib from that high to that low. Giving you an example off of the US2, US500, S&P 500. So we have 61.8 right here, and you have 50% here. So we'll see exactly if the market wants to react off of those two levels, off of the fib. And if it does, we should be looking for a bearish movement here overall to the end of the week. But we do have the move here at 10. So at 10 o'clock, so and the market open may start to do a lot of funky stuff overall. So be careful if you're trading indices here. Be at the right direction here of the market. And if you're trading like Buffer or anything like that, if you're not able to trade the indices, just stay on your hands and maybe trade them at that time to see exactly how you would trade the news event here overall. Okay, so pretty much it here. That's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, just put it in the chat. If you want me to look at another market, you can put it in the chat too. And if you want to have access to those indicators, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel first, and then you could send Google. There's a Google form on my YouTube channel, on the main channel, and you just have to fill it up, and we're gonna be able to contact you within the next 24 hours to see if it's a good fit here. Working with me. And like I said, I've been trading here for the last 12 years. Unfortunately, I'm a visual impaired here for the last couple of years. With their retina detached on one eye and almost a tear on the other one. So basically, I'm just looking from one eye here, my right eye. So it's amazing that I'm able to do all of that stuff here with a limited amount of vision. So kudos to me, and kudos to you to be on my live here. We appreciate it. So if you have any questions, as always, put them in the chat. I have a lot of information and a lot of knowledge to provide for you guys. So that's why we're doing those lives. So you can increase your knowledge and your decision making here in the market overall. So right now, S&P 500 is going towards that 61.8 here off of that small, that big gap here that was done by the market. And like I said, we should have some good movement here starting at New York Open here. That will be less than 15 minutes. So be careful about those. Same thing here. We have the NASDAQ that is the exact same thing as S&P 500. So the exact same move. So 61.8 is this level here. So it's at 61.8 here on the NASDAQ. We'll see exactly if it wants to retrace off of it or break out of it. And most of the time when you have the flip, it's not gonna, sometimes it's gonna break out a little bit higher than the 61.8 and start to reverse. So I just want to wait for a natural event to make that retracement. In this case here, the event that we have here is the market open, and 20 minutes after that, we have the service PMI. So those two events may start to reverse the market here in the downside. So right now, that will be considered as a small retracement or a continuation in the downside here overall. Let's look at this at US Dow. Exact same thing to a fib from that previous high to that low. As you can see, that's 61.8. It's happening right now. So still have like 8 minutes left, less than 8 minutes left before market opens. So we'll see how all of those three indices here are moving. And we have German here that is selling off here. That's based off of the PMI news, I think. Let me check what was the PMI for German. So it was negative here compared to the forecast. So by 0.1 points. So yeah, so that was negative. So that's why we have a continuation of the downside here on German. So we'll see if it wants to go towards here as well. So we from here to here. So it's almost at 50% of that move. So it could be going lower on German and start to bounce off of it. Perfect. So this is the analysis here. So let's look at the let's look at EMXAI in regards to. Just gonna make sure we remove a few things here that I don't need. Yeah. So that was for test. Perfect. And I'll remove. There we go. So if you're using XAI, right now we're waiting for a sell off of the 15-minute setup here. So we had a buy, and as you can see, no, sorry, it was a sell. Now we're waiting for a buy. Let me check. I'm trying to remove this. Yeah, so we had a buy here. Retraced it back down and started to go up. But like I said on the live at London, since the price broke that stop loss that was set up on off of that indicator. That's why you don't see any continuation in the upside here with multiple take profit levels here, because that trade wasn't validated here by going down. But let's say you were on uh, a sell right here. You have additional take profit zones of the body here. Most of the signals here that you have are hitting TP1 minimum or up to the TP3 zone overall. And that's all for the 50 minutes. And it's going to work on any time frame. So you can switch it up and go to the 5. It's going to recalibrate and calculate the best setup here off of those time frame here specifically. For me personally, I love to trade 50 minutes or higher. That way it's going to be minimal noise in the market. So let's say if we go on a 1 hour off of German. So see the setups here overall. So this one was a perfect sell here overall. Perfect. So if you have any questions, guys, make sure to put them in the chat. The session is for you guys, so make sure to interact with each other and all that stuff. I'm a chill dude, so don't be shy. I will answer all of your questions here, especially if you're working and you want to have one-on-one session with me. You have access to 24/7, so through Telegram, so you could send me a voice message. That'll be better for me since my visual impairment. So I could send you some quick info and analysis here based off what I'm able to see overall. That's about it. So we have less than 2 minutes left before market open. We should be here until around 10:15. So still have about 30 to 45 minutes here with me. I want to especially see exactly the movement here in the market in regards to that news that for service PMI here at around 10 for US. But for sure, the market will be moving a lot in regards to the market open. So for that, what we're going to do, we're just going to remove uh, all of the buy and sell indicators here and only focus on levels and see exactly on which level market wants to go to. And we're going to focus on NASDAQ as I always do at market open and see exactly what we are expecting here towards movement here. So I'm going to go back on my 5-minute chart. I got it here. Perfect. As you can see, we had 61.8. We're at 61.8 right now. And market just started to open right now. So we'll see exactly how it is going to react to what we analyzed. We did the analysis off of before market opens. Expecting to go short here overall. Did have a signal here. Let's see. So we have DXY for sell. So we have the confirmation that DXY is lower based off of the signal. And you have to wait within the next first 5 minutes here of the market. So let's go down to 5 and see exactly how market will react. So we likely will have some information here regards to the market. So on the upside, so the manipulation, if we're looking to go short, it will start to go up at the market open and will retrace afterwards in the downside. If not, it's going to continue going up. All right. See, first 5 minutes here for market open. Remember, we did have a lot of liquidity at the upside, and as you can see, it went towards a 5 minute resistance. So it's bouncing off of that 5 minute resistance if you have the higher level indicator. And go ahead and switch it to that 5 minute settings. This is the current resistance level here off of that 5 minutes. So to confirm a bullishness here, we should wait for the price to go above that resistance and that resistance to switch to support. If it doesn't break that level, most likely the market will start to reverse. So it's still within the range here of the flip to have a reversal. Less than 2 minutes before that other 5 minute candle opens. The bears are in control right now. A little bit. Waiting for that resistance to be broken in the upside. So that will confirm a bullishness here. But remember, we do have some news here at around 10. So that news at 10 may reject the market here overall. Look at S&P 500. Doing the exact same thing. It's bouncing off of that support zone, that resistance zone. So 5 minute candle is being created here. Let's look at the Dow. Very resistant here. put it back here at the right place. Perfect. Okay, so the broke that 5 minute resistance. So we have confirmation of bullishness here off of the 5 minutes. So I'm just going to go on. So it is bullish here. So let's look at the S&P 500 still going up, and US30. US30 is bouncing off that level. Most of the time, US Dow will give you the actual direction before the indices, the Nasdaq and S&P 500. Just to be clear. Now it's retracing here. Okay, when it does that, zoomed in. On that 15, go back on my 15 minutes. Remember, guys, we do have some news at 10, so it seems to be grabbing a lot of liquidity on the upside. So we'll see exactly if they're finishing taking liquidity at the upside before going down. The only way that there will be a continuation, if in my opinion, will be based off of the news event at 10. So if it's good news for the service PMI, it will push the market in the upside. So sometimes you're gonna have bad news and good news on the same day. So the bad news will do a retracement, and the good news will do the continuation here after that bounce off of a previous level. So we'll see if it wants to do that. So less than 6 minutes here for that 15-minute candle. We're gonna look at the DXY because we did had a sell. It was a sell set up here. Yeah, we had a sell set up here on DXY. So we'll see exactly if we're gonna have a continuation here in the downside. So right now we do have a small retracement here on Nasdaq. So we have some exhaustion in the upside. All right, so less than 5 minutes. right, so make sure if you have any questions, guys, put them in the chat. So looking at to see exactly, especially in the indices, what's going to happen here. Next 15 minutes. With all of the tariff news here and all that stuff, for sure the market since the start of this year was a little bit different here compared to other years. Pretty normal, but you should be able to capitalize on some moves here as long as you put your if you're using tools or anything like that, you put in them at the right position here. You see exactly what's happening here as well. So we got this SP 500. Right, so have some retracement here on SSP 500. Let's see if the Nasdaq is doing the same. So Nasdaq here is exhausted here. Have some exhaustion here of that candle. So maybe finish going in the upside to take some liquidity at the upside to start to go down. So we'll see exactly the next 15 minutes after that news event if it's gonna be a violent down downside movement. So a few seconds left before the new candle will be created. How about the 15? Okay, so a lot of retracements here. All right, new 15-minute candle. So a lot of big movement here for the first 15 minutes. So I may be expecting here, like for example, a doji of some sort to confirm a reversal here. So that'll be a reversal pattern here to go down, but we'll see exactly if that's what he wants to do. So you should have a lot of buying and selling pressure here within the next 15 minutes on any markets overall. All right, so Let's see. Go back to the NASDAQ one. Yeah, so after that live, I will be working on the recoding of the automation here. So when everything will be done on that, I'll restart testing everything to make sure that everything is working fine. As you may or may not know, I do code, so I put my own indicators here and our own automation. So I was testing an automation that one of my previous coder was doing, and fortunately, it did the coding the wrong way. So we had some good results, but a lot of bad results because of entries that weren't correct. So now I'm taking my time to just recode it the right way. So that way it's gonna be much better here than what we had before. Okay, so doesn't seems to have a lot of buying pressure here for the Nasdaq specifically. So wait and see how that the 50-minute candle will react, and then, like I said, at 10 a.m. At the top of the hour, we have the service PMI for the US. So we'll see exactly if it's good news or bad news. That will indicate ourselves if it's going to go short or continue going bullish. Even though we have the markets that is bullish here currently, we start to go down here if market news is negative. All right, so almost finished with the first 5 minutes here. Market. And so tracing here. We'll see exactly the next 10 minutes. So we have two other 5-minute candle left. We're currently looking at a 15-minute chart. So we'll wait for that candle to close to see exactly where it wants to go. I'm pretty sure it's getting some multiple stop loss or upside in the upside to go down before doing their move here. So if you like the content, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. As always, we do those live sessions here every weekdays at New York session from 9 a.m. until 10:30, depending exactly on the market, if we have news or not. And we have also the London session here every Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 2 a.m. to around maybe 3 to 4, depending exactly in on the market conditions. So, like I said, I was expecting here a doji here. So multiple grab in liquidity in the upside before that market go down here. So most likely, maybe the news will be negative and will start to bring the price lower. So we still have 9 minutes left here, less than 9 minutes here before that 50-minute candle close on Nasdaq. Go on S&P 500, should be doing the same thing exactly. So basically, it seems that they wanted to grab liquidity on the upside here because of that move that went straight down. So there's a lot of people that are selling here, waiting for that big move. But if they put their stop loss a little bit tight, unfortunately, they will be out of the market. Same for the Dow, so US30, it's starting to trace here. So go back on Nasdaq. So right now Nasdaq is tracing. Like I said before that candle open, I was expecting a doji because of that big move that it went up here. Take some liquidity at the upside. It went back a second time. I don't think they're gonna go back a third time. Maybe at the start of the top of the hour, they may go there and start to go down. That's what I'm expecting before seeing and knowing the service PMI news overall. So remember, we were for the PMI service PMI here for the US. The forecast is 52.3. Last month was 52.3. So we need to have something similar or lower to have a bearish movement here overall. So we have service PMI that came in at 945. Let me check. You have service PMI and you have the ISM PMI. Service PMI. So there's my page. So the primary service PMI basically was positive. Right? So we'll wait for the ISM service PMI. That is the red blue one. All right, so let's go back here. It's looking at me. I don't know why. 2 seconds, guys. All right. She wanted to eat, so she went to eat. All right, so let's see where we're at here. So less than 5 minutes here before the top of the hour. So it's looking at it's looking like the that 50-minute candle is wants to close as a doji. Or even lower than that. So now it's selling off right now. But overall, I'm bearish here on the indices here. I told you guys since the start of the week that I'm bearish overall with indices. So we're just waiting for that setup to come in the downside. So less than 2 minutes before the top of the hour. So we have 80 seconds left. All right, so about 10 seconds left here before the news is out. Right, we can look at what's coming in here. As you can see, guys, it gapped down big time. So anyone that was very bullish here got most likely stopped out already. So, and as you can see here, the news was 49.9. We're expecting 52.0, and it's at 49.9. So well below what we were expecting here for the ISM service PMI. So that's why you need to be careful, guys, on trading. As you can see, it did a big gap going down. So a lot of people got wrecked big time. If you see here, US30, same thing, a big gap going down, and S&P 500 here going down here. So you see that there was a lot of manipulation here. So first manipulation was market open. They wanted to push people up towards a specific level here of liquidity. So there was a lot of liquidity on the upside because of that 8:15 news that we had for the non-farm change. So there was a lot of liquidity on the upside. They went there and they used another news event to gap down people. So if you were in those trades, most likely your account is suffering right now, really. So, but Nasdaq gapped down big time. That's a big gap, guys. It closed here and it opened at the bottom right here. So if you're able to trade news, I was telling you to sell the news here because of what happened at the top here. So there was a lot of liquidity grab that was done at the upside. So we're expecting to go short and most likely to have a negative news here that will create that short, that short, that short movement here in the market for the price action. That's exactly what happened, especially on Nasdaq, US30, and S&P 500 did the same. And right now switching from indecision here. So we were bullish, like I told you, we were supposed to be changing from bullish to indecision, and then eventually to go bearish on the indices. So expecting to go short here until the end of the week here on indices. We do have a big fair gap in the downside, so that was the high of the week that was done today. I don't think the price will go back towards that high. It may start to retrace a little bit more to do a higher low and start to go down. So expecting to go short here on the indices here until the end of this week and the upcoming week. So that's what we're expecting overall. So yeah, so let me know if you like that analysis here that was done today in regards to the indices because we're waiting for the news to trigger. And I told you way before the news event that we're expecting to go short past the New York session open. So they just trap people at the first 30 minutes of market open, and then start to retrace big time here. So that's why you saw a big gap here overall on Nasdaq specifically. So I'm just gonna zoom in again so y'all can see. So that was that 8:15 news in the downside, retrace, and then another bad news that mostly stopped out a lot of people that were going long here, that were expecting to go long. But that's not the case here. All right, guys. So make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I do those analysis here every single day for New York, Monday to Friday. And we have London and New York, London session here Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So New York is at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have London Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 2 a.m. And and you're gonna see exactly how I look at the market, how I set up all that stuff, and answer all of your questions that you have here in regards to how to take trades and all that stuff. And you're going to be able to see exactly the indicator that I created. I'm also a coder, and I'm also visually impaired, so not seeing 100%. Blind from one eye and not at 100% in on the right eye here. So if I'm able to do what I'm doing right now, you're able to do it on your end here. All right. So that being said, guys, we're gonna close it out right now. If you have any questions, we're gonna stay here for maybe about 8 minutes, and at then 10:15, we're gonna close out the session. As you can see, guys, market is trading lower right now, so always starting to be done here. So we'll see exactly if you since you're most likely you're not able to trade that news event, just wait for a retracement. So you know that this is the previous high. You should have a retracement here upside to have a continuation because we do have a big fair value gap here at the downside. So expecting to go short here overall. We're still in the indecision phase right now in the market status. So we're no longer bullish on the Nasdaq. So expecting to go short overall. Okay, so we still have a few minutes left before the close of this session. We'll be back tomorrow at New York session, uh, same time, 9 a.m. So for tomorrow, I think we have all what we have here as news. So we have some Euro news here at 8:15 for the main refining rate, refinancing rate, and let's see here, 45. So we have a lot of Euro news here in the morning, and after that we have some FOMC members speaking tomorrow. So those for US, beside the natural gas, news, and let's look at the crude oil here. Crude oil inventory is in about 15 minutes from now. So we'll see how crude oil will react off of that news for the all right. So let's see. guys. So almost done with this live. So thank you so much for being on this live. Like I said, we'll be back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're gonna analyze the forex indices and metal markets here. If you have questions, as always, put them in the chat and put them in the comment section of this stream if you're watching it on replay. And we'll be back here tomorrow, like I said. Thanks for being here, and we'll talk tomorrow. All right. So happy trading, guys. Make sure to trade accordingly. And as you saw, you need to be careful in the market, especially with news, because you may be in the opposite side of the market here. So have a great one, guys.